short interview as she has to prepare for her mixed later. Who's going to go first?
Serena, in Andy's BBC Sport column, he spoke about how when you guys often train together, you talk about parenting because you have two children who are similar age. And he spoke about the importance of the crash at Wimbledon for parents such as yourself. Do you know if your two kids ever played together and if they've sort of become a pairing themselves?
Actually, I don't know. They'll make a dynamic doubles team, but I don't know. The crash has been really cool for the players. And I, for one, never thought I would use it, but, it's so amazing when you become a parent how life changes and how many different things you think about.
At the back.
Congratulations on another victory. You appear to be looking at some notes in your bag at the change of ends. Can you explain what was going on?
Yeah, just keeping focused on the match. I've been looking at notes for decades, and sometimes when I need them or I feel like I need a little extra, something, I just remember things that I write down before the match and just try to stay focused on it.
Is that messages to yourself?
Yes, they're messages that I write myself.
I think by each match you're going higher and higher. You've had some bad luck, earlier this year with injuries and unable to do what you normally do. Where do you see yourself now? Like 70, 75% of you, 90% of you? Do you have any?
Well, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. I haven't had a tremendous amount of time to prepare for this. But, like I said in the beginning of this tournament, each and every match for me has to count as like 5 or 10 matches because I have not played a lot. And it's the first time since Australia that I actually felt like good. So it's been a really, really long year for me already and hard year because I'm usually not typically injured. I don't know where I am. I do know I feel good, and that's now that I feel good, I can actually focus on training and technique and practice, something that I just literally haven't been able to do a lot of.
Serena, there was a lot of interaction within the box, and Alexis was getting very emotional after. It's easy for you you're on court, you're dealing with it. It's harder for the box. Did you notice a lot of interaction there?
Definitely harder. I know from experience. I much rather be on the court than in the box. I did notice a lot. I was really out there. Sometimes I would look over and pump my fist, but towards the end I saw a lot of the box jumping, which is, looking back, really cool. But most of all, I don't really notice the emotions. I do know it's extremely hard in the box, though.
It seems like so often in your matches you sort of get yourself together when you get your hair together in the bun, and I'm curious, it always seems to give you at least a couple game boosts. I'm curious if you ever think about doing it earlier, or if it's just, or if it's even a conscious thing that you're sort of getting your head together in that physical way.
Well, today was just in my way, in the wind, and I was missing a shot because it's in my face, and I was like, this is not happening. So I just needed to just get it out of the way, put the business bun up, and just get to business.
What was the key, I guess, then just pulling out that third set besides your hair?
No, I just needed to just fight. Allison she played so great throughout the whole tournament. She's beaten so many amazing players players that have had great years. And, she was not giving it to me. I needed to step up and take it, and that's what I had to do.
Serena, I was wondering how much of an inspiration has been for you watching the U.S. soccer team winning the World Cup the way they won it. I mean, with Rapinoe and Morgan celebrating the way they celebrated, unapologetically. If it has been any kind of inspiration for you, if you are in contact, you talk to them. There's going to be a parade tomorrow in New York.
I obviously was super excited for the U.S. women and to win and to do good and to just, man, they're like amazing. It's so good to see. They have a whole nation cheering them on. No matter where you are, you're just cheering on the women's U.S. team, and just inspired by what they stand for and taking a stand and fighting for being paid for something that they are world champions at is something that I feel really close to and just really inspired by the team altogether.
Serena, the ankle okay?
Yeah, it's okay. I think I'm gonna see, but I roll my ankle a lot, so it wasn't a bad one. It was just a little like a slight tweak, so it should be fine.
So were you surprised to get that big a fine for something that happened on the practice court that was issued last night?
I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. I was just focused on my match today.
Serena, there's been a lot of talk this week about how the top three men have been so dominant, whereas the women's game at the minute seems to be unpredictable. Why do you think that is? And if you get fit and if you have a good run of form, do you think you can take back dominance of the women's game?
I believe in myself, and I believe that if I'm feeling well, I can be a big competitor in a sport that I love and I've done so well at. So just the key word is getting fit and getting back into match play and, just injury free. And so now that I can kind of actually start to, like I say, just to play tennis. And that has been literally something that I have not been able to do all year.
And about the unpredictability of the field in general? Anybody can take a set from anybody at the minute. There's
Yeah.
3-set matches.
Yeah, I think that makes it super exciting. You want to come to see some tennis, and players are, I think it, if anything, speaks for the level of all players and the depth of the women's field. Everyone is playing incredibly tough.
Serena, 37 slam semifinals like Steffi Graf, which is not too bad. And I'd like to know, years ago Martina Navratilova was saying when she was getting older, that she was feeling more pressure the longer she was going to play. With like more expectations and more pressure, and somehow more difficult. While somebody could think with experience it's easier. So I'd like to know a comment about it.
I agree. I definitely feel a lot more pressure as I got older, and now that I am past older, I feel a little bit less pressure. So I'm so serious. Like, I definitely felt pressure, like not so much when I was younger, and then older, yes, and now it's like I've done everything I need to do. Like, I've had a great career, so I don't feel the pressure as much anymore.
Do you have a... Sorry.
Just going back to the fine quickly, can you just explain what happened in the incident? Like, what made you... Did you throw the racket?
Yeah, I just threw my racket and then I got fined.
What exactly happened? What did you damage that was 10,000 worth of damage?
I mean, I guess... I mean, if you could tell me, I would appreciate it. So, I mean, yeah, I guess maybe there's... I have always been an Avenger in my heart, so maybe I'm super strong. I don't know.
In the middle of a battle, when you are fighting in the way we know very well, and you are Serena, in that moment, you are in your place on the center court of Wimbledon, or you are in your situation? I mean, this is the best place to live this moment, or not?
There's so many great stadiums and great times and great matches. I don't think there's too much that compares to Wimbledon. I feel like it is one of the few places where when the match is intense, you could hear a pin drop. And it's definitely a special place. So yeah, it's hard to compare any other tournament to the atmosphere here.
Last two questions here and here.
A great thing about tennis is that the athlete is out there by themselves. When you know it's time, you have to really make a charge. What is your self-talk? What do you tell Serena at those moments?
I don't know. I just keep fighting. I don't know what I tell myself. I guess I'm in the moment. I don't even know if I tell myself anything in particular. I just say, okay, this shot, I think of more techniques, like this is what I need to do to get the ball in. Like, I try, maybe I should come to the net, maybe I should stay back. It's nothing, one thing in particular.
Last question.
Serena, it's a special walk you've taken many, many times here from the locker room to center court. What are your feelings about that walk?
I get a little nervous, but I get excited because I know that it's going to be another opportunity to just, do what I do best.
What's the atmosphere like on that walk? Because the walk here is different from any other place.
As the tournament goes on, the walk is definitely heavier. But it's always a special atmosphere. It's something that you really don't experience, or you don't experience in tennis.
Thank you.
Thank you.